It's one of the most glamorous jobs you could imagine. Airline pilot, of course. You get to travel, wear cool uniforms, and sometimes you make a lot of money.
Well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad, right? At least to start. Local 12 News reporter Jeff Hirsh and photographer Timmy Bear show us the person flying your plane may be making close to fast food wages.
As long as there have been airplanes, there have been little kids dreaming of growing up and flying them.
Clear prep!
Andrew Baker is taking flying lessons.
Actually, my first flight was in a small aircraft on Kitty Hawk, North Carolina with my dad.
But if this flying thing does not work out for Baker, there's always something else the Covington native could fall back on, where at least to start, he'd make pretty close to the same money.
Yeah, I would like a number 2 meal with a medium Coke.
That's right. At least at the beginning, there's not much difference pay-wise between this
Flight ship 30 to 5 with you, 2.5 for 6,000.
and this.
Good morning.
Hi there.
Sling burgers for minimum wage, $7.95 an hour in Ohio, for example, and you make about $16,500 a year. Fly a multi-million-dollar complex piece of machinery where you're responsible for dozens of lives, including your own.
Decided departure route contact climb maintain 7,000.
And the average guaranteed starting salary at a regional airline, where most airline pilots begin, is, according to the Government Accountability Office, $21,600 a year for first officers, the co-pilot. A salary so low, there is actually at the regionals a pilot shortage. Low pay and big loans to pay back.
You'd be looking about a $40,000 investment.
Or more if, like Baker, you're picking up a college degree as well. In this case, an associate's degree in aviation technology offered by UC Claremont in conjunction with Sporty's Academy at the Claremont County Airport. The fascination with flying was always under the radar. Okay, poor pun. But then a couple of years ago, on a whim, Baker bought a half-price coupon for an introductory up-in-the-air lesson.
I took the Discovery flight, and after that, I knew this is what I wanted to do.
Several years ago, it took less time for a pilot to make it from student to airline. But recently, as a result of the fatal Colgan Airlines crash in Buffalo in 2009, where 50 people were killed, the FAA increased the number of flight hours required to get an airline pilot's license from 250 hours to 1,500. That maximum can be reduced a bit for pilots in college programs, but UC's aviation director says the additional hours, more than any other factor, even low pay, is behind the pilot shortage.
Tremendous impact, probably the most profound that I have seen since I've been involved in aviation, which is going on almost 20 years.
Now, despite the fact that there's not much difference in entry-level pay between fast food and fast transportation, despite all the other roadblocks in the way, like huge student loans and more hours required to become a commercial airline pilot, there are still people like Andrew willing to endure the occasionally bumpy sky to get where he wants to go. At the Claremont County Airport, Jeff Hirsh, Local 12 News.
Now, pilot pay does go up with seniority and can go up quite a bit after time. If you'd like to fly a little bit longer with student pilot Andrew Baker and learn more about his love of flying, join us for Local 12 News Sunday morning at 8 o'clock.